Yo, what's up, guys? We're going to dive into this video real quick, make it short, on how to more easily attract the exact person that you want. Okay, so just a heads up, I did get this from Coach Corey Wayne. If you're not familiar with Coach Corey Wayne, check him out on YouTube. Just search Corey Wayne. You'll find his videos real easily, or search him on Google. He's got a great book, How to Be a 3% Man, something like that. Really good book. Read that thing like 10 to 15 times, like he says. And yeah, man. But anyways, quick tip, because this is something that I've implemented from reading his book, and I really like it. And I'll explain why. So, what he says to do in his book and his teachings is to say, you got to be exact. You got to write down exactly who you want to attract, okay? Because in your mind, you're like, if someone were to wake you up, tonight at 2 a.m., middle of your sleep, and be like, hey, dude, what's the type of person you want to attract to your life? And you're like, and you like can't you have to notice like the back of your hand. Okay. You have to know exactly what you want. And the whole principle is, imagine like, say you're out, you're shopping, you're shopping for cars and stuff. Like you want to get or you just bought like a red, um, Volkswagen Beetle or something like that, You ever notice once you get a certain car, that's all you see on the road now? Like before you had it, or before you were looking for something, you never really notice it. But then the moment you start, you're like, oh, I want this car, or then you notice it everywhere, right? Um, Same thing with attracting the people you want in your life, And so we have to write down what exactly we want. So if you want a girl who is, like 5 years younger than you want her to be blonde or, have a certain look. You like Asian girls, or you want this girl to be 5'2" or whatever. You have to write this down, and you could keep in your notes if you have like an iPhone or something. Keep in your notes and read this. Read exactly. Make a list of your most favorable traits. Make like 10 of them and write these down. And every day when you wake up and before you go to bed, read this list. Maybe read it a few times, get it ingrained. That way, I'm telling you, it's weird, man, because it sounds like at first, like, I'm not sure if that's gonna work, whatever. But like, dude, it's weird because like I've attracted girls in my life when I've been disciplined and stuck to reading this list every day, multiple times a day. You start seeing them because like, man, what's this thing off? I can't. I always notice. Oh man. So it's doing it with your reticular activated system. And basically, yeah, like there's so much information out there, like I'm just looking around me right now. There's so much I can look at. I can look at the color of the sky, the greenness of the trees, the color of the concrete, the stripes, Oh, like there's so many things that like so much information out there. And we have sensory overload. So our reticular activated system helps us focus on one thing in particular, okay, or a few things. So when you make this list and read it multiple times a day, like Coach Corey Wayne suggests, you're out and about, and then now you start noticing that those women that that's on your list more easily. So that way you can more easily, go and approach them or whatever. But like when you're just like shotgun, style, just approaching any girls, and you don't really have, anyone you're kind of looking for or any type of, it's gonna be kind of sloppy. But if you're very like I said, you make this list, you read it multiple times a day, you'll start noticing them. Okay, you'll start noticing the girl that you're looking for is actually there's a lot of them around you. And yeah, so I've weirdly found that these when I make this list and I look at it multiple times a day, I get more of this type of girl in my life. Whether that's me noticing them out and about or just happen to meet them randomly through a friend or at the park, whatever. Like it happens more easily when you're disciplined to write the list. Okay, so once again, shout out to Coach Corey Wayne. In his book, he does recommend making a list of the 10 or 15 most favorable traits you want in women and also the traits you don't want. That's where I almost disagree because when you're reading a list and you write down all the things you don't want in a woman, it's like your mind. I read this somewhere that you can't process what you do and don't want. Like, so it's like, so if you're reading a list every day and you're writing down you're also looking at the 10 most unfavorable traits, like, oh, like she has OnlyFans, or oh, she's really rude, or oh, this and that. I feel like your mind's gonna read this like, oh, OnlyFans, really rude, this and that, and like it can't really tell the difference between what you want and like, oh, I do not want this. Hopefully that makes sense. So, um, I think just stick to just reading and making a list of the 10 favorable traits you want. So, anyways, guys, that's all I got for now. Check out Coach Corey Way on YouTube. I learned a ton from him, and yeah, I think it definitely still applies to 2024 and beyond. Okay. Well, anyway, subscribe to the channel. Peace out.